In this video, we are going to learn about practice set 5.4 of the chapter quadrilaterals. Now, this chapter is based on trapezium, the properties of trapezium. I hope you all are aware of what is trapezium. Okay, trapezium normally has one side as parallel, one pair of opposite side as parallel, and another side is not parallel. Okay. And also there are sometimes the sides which are not parallel to each other can be congruent. Okay, and such quadrilaterals are called as isosceles trapezium. So we'll see that later. Let us start with the practice set 5.4. First question. In quadrilateral IJK, now in IJ is parallel to KL. Okay, IJ is parallel to KL. This is 108, this is 53. Find the measures of angle J and L. Okay, so now I need to find out what is the measure of angle J. So I am going to use the property of interior angles. I will say that, see, what is given? IJ is parallel to KL given to us. Yes, so we'll say that IJ is parallel to KL. Okay, IJ is parallel to KL and IL or LI is a transversal. So if this is parallel and this is a transversal, this plus this angle becomes 180 degrees. Angle L plus angle I is 180 degrees because interior angles. So what is angle L? It is not given. Angle I is given to us, which is 108. So we substitute the values. Okay, and we get as 180. So now this 108 will go on the other side. It will become minus 108. So angle L is 180 minus 108, which will give us 72. So we have found out what is measure of angle L. Angle L is 72 degrees. Now the next one, we have to find out angle J. We'll use the same logic. We'll say that IJ is parallel to KL, but now we'll say that JK is a transversal. Here we were saying LI is a transversal to find out this. Now to find out this, we'll say this is parallel to this and JK is a transversal. Okay, and therefore we'll say that angle J plus angle K is 180 degrees. Okay, because they are interior angles, and therefore we substitute the value of K, which is 53 degrees. So here we'll have 53 degrees. J is not given and 180. 53 goes on the other side, it becomes minus 53, and therefore angle J is 127. Second question. In quadrilateral ABCD, side BC is parallel to AD. Okay, these two sides are parallel. Also, side AB is parallel to side DC. That means this is the isosceles trapezium. Okay, angle A 72 degrees. Find the measure of angle B and D. Okay, so this A is given to us as 72 and we have to find out what is the measure of angle B and D. So how are we going to do that? So first thing that we say is draw BM perpendicular to AD. This is a construction, the dotted lines, no? This we are making. In the figure it is not given. M and N, nothing is being mentioned in the question. Okay. So we are making this construction. So that's why first we say that draw sec BM perpendicular to AD such that A dash B dash N D and CN perpendicular to AD such that A dash N dash D. Then BC is parallel to AD, this is given, and there BC is equal to BM is equal to CN. Now why BM is equal to CN, children? Because this is a distance between two parallel lines. So we say that distance between two parallel lines is constant and we number it as 1. Okay, so BM is equal to CN. Now what else we'll do now? In triangle BMA and in triangle CND, we'll try to prove them congruent. This side is congruent to this side, already given to us. Yes. So we'll say also BMA is equal to CND from the construction, the perpendiculars we have drawn, and hypotenuse BA is equal to hypotenuse CD. Now let us find out. Now what else? BM is also equal to CN, which we have proved here. So we are going to prove this by hypotenuse side test. So hypotenuse we have just written here, but we need one more side, but we don't have any information regarding AM and ND. But there is another side, BM and CN. okay, which we have shown they are congruent, right? So we'll say BM is equal to CN from 1. Okay, so these two triangles are congruent by hypotenuse side test. Okay, and therefore we say that angle BAM is congruent to angle CDN. Okay, CACT. Once the two triangles are congruent, the remaining angles and the remaining sides also become congruent. Yes, so this is congruent, and therefore since BMAM is 72 degrees, that this angle will also turn to 72 degrees. Okay, so BAD and CDA, they have just renamed it. BAD and CDA is also equal. So therefore both angles will become 72 degrees. Therefore angle D is 72 degrees. Now what else are we supposed to find out? We got angle D, which we have been asked. Now we will find out what is angle B. So I need to find out what is angle B here. Okay, so how do I get that? I say that BC is parallel to AD and line BA is a transversal. See, these two lines are parallel and this is a transversal. So I'll use the interior angle 72 plus this angle is going to be 180 degrees. See, these two lines are parallel and this is a transversal. So this angle plus this angle will be 180 degrees because they are the interior angles. So 72 plus angle ABC is equal to 180. So when the 72 will go on the other side, it will become minus 72. And therefore we'll get answer as 108. Okay, so we have found out angle D also and we have found out angle P also. Now in the third question it is given that in quadrilateral ABCD the side length of BC, okay, is less than AD. BC is also parallel to this and side AB is equal to side CD. We have to prove that angle ABC is equal to angle DCP. This is what we are supposed to prove. So major part of the sum is similar to the previous sum. So let us do that. First we'll say that draw seg BM perpendicular to this, CN perpendicular to this. Okay, and then we say that BC is parallel to AD, which is given to us, and therefore we also say that BM is equal to CN because the distance between two parallel lines is constant. Then again we prove these two triangles congruent, okay, by the same thing that we did earlier, that this is congruent to this and angle BMA and CND is 90 degrees. Also hypotenuse AB is equal to hypotenuse CD. Everything is similar to the previous part and therefore we'll say that triangle BMA is congruent to triangle BMA is congruent to triangle CND, and therefore we'll say that angle BAM is congruent to angle CDN. Okay, now after doing this we proceed further and we rename it. We say angle BAD is congruent to angle CDA and we number it as 2. Then side BC is parallel to side AD and BA is a transversal. Let us check this. This is parallel to this and this is a transversal. Okay, so there plus ABC here. BAD plus ABC is equal to 180 degrees. Okay, we number it as 3. Similarly, we'll apply the same logic to the other side. We'll say BC is parallel to this and CD is a transversal and therefore angle C plus angle D is equal to 90 degrees. See, okay, and therefore we have, now since the right hand side is equal, we also say that the left hand side will be equal because both are equal to 180 degrees. So whenever the right hand side is equal, this becomes equal to this. So angle BAD plus ABC is equal to DCB plus CDA, we say from 3 and 4. Then we rename it. Now ABC remains the same, DCB remains the same, CDA remains the same. What changes is angle BAD it becomes equal to CDA. This we have done it from 2. Now what happens here in the next part? Therefore we will say that ABC is equal to DCB because CDA and CDA is going to get cancelled. Okay, when this CDA comes on the other side, it will get cancelled. Okay, and therefore we are left with only angle ABC. This is what we are supposed to